Hello. I'm here today with Michael Locke and Tyler Maycath of the Harwich Conservation Trust. And we are going to hear about a lot of different things, but starting, I believe, with Osprey.
Yes, yes, Ospreys, that raptor that we know and love that returns in mid-March-ish to the Cape and heads back down south September, October. Tyler's going to share a very interesting new Osprey platform or nesting distribution monitoring effort.
Yeah, so for years, Mass Audubon and an international organization called Osprey Watch have been monitoring the health of osprey populations. And ospreys are a pretty interesting bird. They were heavily impacted by the effects of DDT, which had the effect of thinning their eggshells, which caused them to break. So like many other large birds, their populations were very decimated by the mid-1960s until the ban of DDT occurred. They occur all throughout the world, on every continent except Antarctica. There's a nice photo of osprey carrying sticks. Their nests can weigh several hundred pounds. And as we all know, they have taken to nesting on artificial nesting platforms all around our state and in Harwich. There are natural nests, but many of the nests can be easily observed because they're on platforms. So we recently decided that we would kick off doing some monitoring of the health of the osprey populations in Harwich. And to that end, recruiting volunteers to go out and monitor nesting ospreys during the nesting season, which begins early April and wraps up sometime in July.
So would those people be monitoring osprey on the platforms only or on their own trees or other places they might find them?
Yeah, so we do have some data on existing nesting platforms in the town. So the first step will be to verify those locations, which we'll be doing prior to monitoring. And then if there are wild nests that people are aware of, and there may well be around Long Pond and that area, we could monitor those too to the best of our ability, but focusing mostly on artificial nesting structures because those are easy to observe.
Yes, yeah, I would think they'd be more controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because we have an osprey that appears on the top of a tall tree right on our pond on a pretty regular basis.
Nice.
But that, I don't know what you'd be exactly looking for or whether you'd want us to be monitoring. But it would be interesting to find out more about that. So if people are interested in doing that, should they get in touch with the trust? Is that the idea?
Yeah, we're having an information meeting at the community center on March 4th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
In the playroom.
Okay, March 4th. Okay, good.
And folks can email us or call us with more information about the program.
Okay, great. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Good. And then you wanted to talk about Cornelius Pond.
Yeah, great news.
Fabulous news.
Yeah, the 15-acre Cornelius Pond Woodlands project. Folks have been following it right along, supporting it in very generous ways. So we're pleased to report that, and there's a great aerial photo taken by Chris Simmons of Zygote Digital Films, who did the aerial drone filming of that property when we were spreading the word just about a year and a half ago about our fundraising campaign. You could see the extent of shoreline, more than 1,000 feet of shoreline along almost the entire westerly shore of Cornelius Pond, and stretching back from there. Beautiful mix of habitats. There's forest and wetland and interior meadow there.
Meadow,
yeah.
Beautiful.
So we had $850,000 to raise. That's a nice photo of the meadow. And we're pleased to report we accomplished our goal thanks to the support of so many individuals and families and couples and foundations and businesses. Even town meeting voters stepped up to contribute $200,000 in Community Preservation Act open space funds by virtue of a unanimous town meeting vote last May. And then to bring us over the finish line, a state conservation partnership grant was awarded to the trust recently. We applied for that grant back in July, and we just heard about a week and a half ago.
Yeah, put you right over the top.
Yeah, congratulations,
That's
everybody.
fabulous,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we're working on the stewardship steps next, which include engineering for parking lot placement and creation of a trail loop, installation of a interpretive kiosk. So stay tuned. Hopefully open a trail end of this year or sometime in early 2020.
Oh, wow. Well, that would be great.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
That's quick work.
Yeah. So it's this wonderful project to be involved in, and it's really thanks to the help of so many.
Yeah. Oh, it would be a wonderful resource for everybody. So, okay.
We're
Great.
very excited.
Yeah, I bet. Okay, so what's next on your agenda?
Annual herring count, believe it or not.
Herring.
It's
Yes,
end of
that's
January, early February, but boy, we're looking ahead to our spring citizen science project. So Tyler's going to share about the herring count.
Yeah. So as soon as our the water temperatures in the Herring River are about 50 degrees, we're going to start see some fish moving up into their spawning ponds. There's a nice photo of some herring in the river. Herring are anadromous fish, and they spend the majority of their lives in the saltwater environment.
Excuse me, what did you say? They're a what fish?
Anadromous, yeah.
Anadromous?
Yep.
Can you define that?
Sure, yeah. They spend most of their lives in the saltwater environment in the ocean, and then they migrate to spawn in freshwater ponds and rivers.
Yes. I never knew the word for that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's an incredible migration that they make every year. Hundreds of thousands of fish just in the Herring River alone, of two species, blueback and alewife. And we have been doing volunteer counts of herring for many years. We have herring counters count for 10-minute intervals. It's a very minimal time commitment. The data that we collect is submitted to the state, and it dovetails nicely with the electronic counting that's also happening at the Bell's Neck Fish Ladder, which is pretty neat. I encourage people to check that out also. But it can be a pretty incredible experience to see hundreds of fish in just a matter of minutes. So,
what are the locations that people are watching for the herring? Various locations?
There's one location, and if you'd like to find out where we count, I encourage you to attend our annual herring count kickoff meeting, which will be here at on March 19th at 3:30 p.m. in the multipurpose room.
Okay.
And Dr. Joanne Muramoto from APCC will also be there to present on some scientific findings for the status of the herring populations on Cape Cod.
Okay, so they won't be counting before March 19th.
No, the fish don't really start migrating until typically the first week of April, but it depends on water temperatures.
Right, okay. That sounds fabulous. And these
a
are
lot of
all things on your website to tell
we'll
people?
be sending an email out to our
Members.
our members, and also posting something on the website. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And there might be something in the papers too?
Yes.
Good.
But the
Because
annual.
people do pick things up in the paper as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
At
okay.
the annual kickoff meeting. Yep.
And also on the community center calendar.
Okay. Lots of ways to find out about this. Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thanks.
We have winter talks. We're
Winter
right in our winter
talks.
talk
That's
season,
right.
folks.
We
hope.
are in winter, aren't we?
Yeah, we hope if you haven't joined us already for one of our very interesting topics and engaging speakers on selected Saturdays in January, come on down in February. We have this great one on February 2nd, discovering dragonflies and damselflies with Harwich's very own Blair Nicula. So Blair is actually the co-author of the Stokes Beginner's Guide to Dragonflies and Damselflies and the Field Guide to the Dragonflies and Damselflies of Massachusetts. So we've got a real homegrown expert here, and he's an amazing photographer too. He's also an avid birder.
Is that one of his pictures?
That's
there?
one of his photos, yeah,
Gorgeous.
and we're going to see a lot more on Saturday. Again, 2 p.m. is when these winter talks take place. Suggested donation of $5 per person.
And are those at your...
Right here in the community center.
at the community
Yeah,
center?
in the multi-purpose room.
Okay. All right.
Yep, and 2 p.m. and come on down. There's no advance reservations necessary.
Okay.
And it's going to be fascinating. We're going to learn all about the natural history of dragonflies and damselflies, including life stages, mating, behavior, predation, and migration. It's actually, they're part of a group called Odonata, the damselflies and dragonflies, and they've been around since the Triassic period of the dinosaur age. So 200, 250 million years.
They look kind of ancient, don't
yeah,
they?
yeah, and
sort of like the horseshoe crab.
right, that's right, yeah, right. So it's going to be really interesting to hear and see Blair's work.
Yes, I should think so.
And he'll
That
have
sounds like a great
some
one.
beginner guides available for sale too.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Sounds fabulous.
And then we've got some great other winter talks coming up. You can see all those on our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. But Tyler and I and all the volunteers involved are very excited also about the 13th annual Live Owl programs coming up on March 9th. We're just giving you a little bit more advance notice about that one.
Oh,
Because some folks like to reserve in advance on our website. It's $5 for ages 5 to 11. Under age 5 is not recommended for. But ages 12 and up is $10 each. We've kept that price the same for every year over the past 13 years. Try and keep it reasonable for folks. That's Mark and Marcia Wilson, the couple, the naturalist educators. They've got a Eurasian eagle owl there perched next to Mark, and a snowy owl, of course, next to Marcia. These are owls that can't be released back into the wild for a variety of reasons, including some injuries which prevent them from living on their own. But Marcia and Mark carry special state and federal permits which allow them to care for these owls throughout their natural lifespans, and then bring them as educational ambassadors to groups such as the audiences that will be part of our 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Saturday, March 9th live owl programs. And
also at the community center?
Yeah, right in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And there's the Eurasian eagle owl. That's the largest owl in the world by weight. Quite a sizable owl. You can see some resemblances there to our local great horned owl. So it's really an amazing program. People never tire of it. And I mean, you hear owls sometimes right at night, or you might see them in a fleeting glimpse in the evening, a silhouette. But here, you really get to see these owls up close and personal. So we hope folks can join us.
And that date is?
Saturday, March 9th. Again, right on our website, harwichconservationtrust.org are the details.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Okay. So, anything else on your mind?
No, we can.
wrap up?
We'll see you next month. Yeah. Join us for these winter talks. In the meantime, on selected Saturdays. Again, check out the website for details.
For sure. Yeah. So all kinds of things: osprey sightings and herring countings and owl observation, right? Sounds, and dragonflies, and that's this Saturday.
That's right, February 2nd.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's all wonderful, and congratulations again on all your hard work on the Cornelius Pond event and fundraising, and the fact that it's going to be moving on is very exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. Thanks to everybody
Having
involved.
it really accessible to people now would be great.
Yes.
Thanks so
Diana.
much. Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.